Have you ever wondered if the reality we perceive is the only one that exists? As humans, our curiosity is boundless. It propels us to the farthest corners of the Earth, and even beyond, into the limitless expanse of the cosmos. But one question that has always intrigued us is, what is reality? What if the world we are familiar with, the world we call our own, is just one of countless others? Imagine, if you will, a universe where you chose to hit the snooze button on your alarm this morning, or another where dinosaurs still roam the Earth, or perhaps even a universe where the laws of physics are entirely different from what we know. These aren't mere flights of fancy, but possibilities grounded in the concept of parallel universes or alternate realities. The notion of alternate realities is not a new one. In fact, it has been a cornerstone of science fiction for decades. But what if I told you that this concept isn't just the stuff of imaginative novels and blockbuster movies? The idea of parallel universes of different outcomes to every event is a subject of real, serious scientific inquiry. Consider this. Every decision we make, every action we take, could potentially create a ripple effect leading to an entirely different outcome in another universe. Sounds fascinating, doesn't it? But how can we even begin to verify such a claim? Is there any scientific basis for these alternate realities? Enter the many worlds theory. This is a theory that takes the concept of alternate realities and gives it a solid scientific basis. It's a theory that dares to ask the bold questions and attempts to provide some equally bold answers. Can there be a multitude of universes existing in parallel to our own, each with its own reality, its own set of rules, its own unique outcomes? The many worlds theory attempts to answer these intriguing questions. Imagine that every decision you make creates a separate universe where you made a different decision. This intriguing proposition is the core idea of the many worlds theory. It's a concept that sounds like it's been plucked straight out of a science fiction novel. But it's actually a prominent interpretation in quantum mechanics, a branch of physics that deals with phenomena on a very small scale, like atoms and subatomic particles. In simple terms, the many worlds theory suggests that there are potentially an infinite number of universes, all existing parallel to our own. These aren't abstract theoretical universes or alternate dimensions. According to the theory, they are real physical worlds, just like the one we inhabit. Now, what makes these other universes different? Well, it all comes down to events and their outcomes. In each universe, every event that has ever happened or will ever happen plays out, but with different outcomes. Think of it like this. You reach a fork in the road and must decide whether to go left or right. In our universe, you choose left. But according to the many worlds theory, the moment you make that decision, another universe is created where you went right instead. This process applies to every decision, every event, every moment of chance. And it's not just limited to human decisions. It could be as mundane as a leaf falling from a tree or a drop of rain hitting the ground. Each event could spawn an endless array of universes, each one subtly different from the last. The implications of this are fascinating, if a little mind-bending. If the many worlds theory holds true, then there could be countless versions of you out there in the multiverse, each one living out every possible permutation of your life. In one universe, you might be a world-renowned scientist. In another, you could be an astronaut exploring the furthest reaches of space. The possibilities are literally infinite. This means that there could be countless versions of you living out every possible combination of your life. So next time you're faced with a decision, remember, somewhere out there another version of you is taking the road less traveled. The many worlds theory isn't just a wild idea, it's rooted in quantum physics. The concept of countless parallel universes, each with its own reality, isn't simply the product of an overactive imagination. It's a theory grounded in the perplexing and often contradictory world of quantum mechanics. Quantum physics, a field that studies the smallest particles in the universe, presents a reality that challenges our daily perceptions. Particles can exist in multiple places at the same time, and their properties are not determined until they are observed. This idea is encapsulated in the famous thought experiment proposed by Erwin Schrödinger, known as Schrödinger's cat. Imagine a cat in a sealed box with a vial of poison that could be released at any moment. According to classical physics, the cat is either alive or dead, depending on whether the poison has been released. However, in the quantum realm, the cat is both alive and dead until someone opens the box to check. This superposition, the simultaneous existence of multiple states, is a fundamental aspect of quantum mechanics. This is where the many worlds theory comes into play. Hugh Everett, the physicist who proposed the theory, suggested that for each possible outcome of a quantum event, the world splits into different realities. In one universe, the cat lives, and in another, it dies. The observer, upon opening the box, finds themselves in one of these two parallel realities. The many worlds theory, thus, is not a fanciful concept born out of science fiction. It's a serious interpretation of quantum mechanics that seeks to explain the strange and counterintuitive phenomena observed at the quantum level. It provides an alternative to the traditional Copenhagen interpretation, which asserts that a quantum system remains in superposition until it interacts with, or is observed by, the external world. In the world of quantum physics, the cat is both alive and dead until observed. But in the many worlds theory, every possible outcome of this quantum event has unfolded in a separate parallel universe. The cat lives, the cat dies in different worlds. And so, the story of quantum physics and the many worlds theory continues. Opening. If the many worlds theory is true, what does it mean for us? Well, the implications are far-reaching and profound, to say the least. The many worlds theory, if true, would fundamentally alter our understanding of the universe and our place in it. First, let's consider the philosophical implications. Imagine for a moment that with every decision you make, a new universe springs into existence. In one world, you might have chosen to have a cup of coffee this morning, while in another, you opted for tea. With each choice, no matter how small, an infinite number of versions of you are living out an infinite number of lives, each one a tiny variation on the last. This notion challenges our understanding of self, identity, and individuality. Are we singular beings, or are we part of a vast, interconnected multiverse where we exist in countless forms? Now, let's delve into the ethical implications. If every choice creates a new world, does this diminish the value of our decisions, or does it raise the stakes? If there's a world where every possible outcome of a decision exists, how does that impact our sense of right and wrong? If there's a universe where every moral and ethical decision you've ever made has been different, does that change the meaning of morality itself? Moreover, the many worlds theory can also impact our perceptions of mortality. If there are an infinite number of versions of us, does this mean we are, in some sense, immortal? In a world where we didn't take that risky step, we might still be alive. Does this mean death, as we understand it, doesn't exist? These are questions that scientists, philosophers, and thinkers are grappling with. The implications of the many worlds theory extend beyond the realm of physics into philosophy, ethics, and even theology. Closing. The many worlds theory presents a fascinating, albeit intimidating view of reality. As with any theory, the many worlds theory has its critics. The many worlds theory, despite its allure and intrigue, is not without its fair share of criticisms and controversies. The crux of these criticisms is rooted in the fact that the many worlds theory remains fundamentally unprovable. Unlike other scientific theories, there's no definitive experiment or observation we can make that would confirm or refute it. This lack of empirical evidence is a major sticking point for many in the scientific community. Prominent physicists like Roger Penrose and Stephen Hawking have also questioned the theory's mathematical consistency. They argue that the many worlds interpretation introduces more complexity than it resolves, making the universe more complicated rather than simpler. Another common criticism is the issue of probability. In the many worlds theory, each universe is equally real. But in our everyday experiences, we see that outcomes are not equally likely. This discrepancy between theoretical predictions and our observations is a bone of contention among critics. Moreover, the theory has been accused of being metaphysical rather than scientific. Critics argue that it strays into the realm of philosophy by positing an infinite number of unseen and unseeable universes. Then there's the question of Occam's razor, the principle that the simplest explanation is usually the best one. Critics contend that postulating an infinite number of other universes whenever a quantum event happens hardly seems like the simplest explanation. Lastly, there are ethical implications. If every possible outcome happens in some universe, then every act of cruelty, injustice, and suffering is not only possible but guaranteed to happen somewhere. This raises uncomfortable questions about morality and responsibility. Despite these criticisms, the many worlds theory continues to captivate scientists and laymen alike. It's a testament to the human spirit's insatiable curiosity, our relentless pursuit of understanding the mysteries of our universe. and our enduring fascination with the question, what if?
Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.